Hey everyone, this is DayTraderRockStar, and this is the market radar for Friday, April 25th. Wow, what an exciting day it was today. We started off, yesterday's market radar went out after the Apple earnings, so we were looking for an upside day today. Boy, did we have to fight for it. I mean, a crazy day. I always hate gap ups. It's always harder to trade the gap up, especially after the market has rallied for 6-7 days. So you get a gap up, lots of times you'll get a reactionary selling, and we did that. We gapped up. We sold off quickly, came down, and actually we were concentrating a lot on the tradeometer and the indicator pack today, and we got two great signals. Then we got a good sell signal, and everything actually, the indicator worked great this week. The overall pattern, though, very choppy. I mean, we got the initial selling, which was fine. We came exactly down to a profile line that's given to us, the FT71, and we timed the 5-minute time frame, the multiple time frames using the tradeometer. So everything showed us a great level right here, and we bounced and we pushed up nice. Futures pushed up really nice, right, almost back up to the highs. Kind of failed there. We kind of chopped and dropped a little bit lower, but really overall good signals. And after all is said and done, we ended up being positive, but not by much. That was a wild ride, and you can see it's kind of tightening up here. Now earnings are out tonight. There's some positive numbers coming out. There's some negative numbers coming out. Some things chopping around, but you can see that the pattern here tightened up. We're going to break down the time frames because that's what's working the best. The overall 5-minute time frame is kind of negative, but we can't go by that because tomorrow we're going to have a futures set up, and we're going to wait for that first trigger to set up. So this type of pattern, a pennant formation or a triangle sideways, is a very hard pattern to trade in a way of a breakout. I do not believe in it. Usually there's two areas. It's the top of the channel and the bottom of the channel. We're going to call this a channel. It's just trading inside that channel. It hasn't exploded to the upside, hasn't pushed down to the lower portion of the channel. The 1870 level down here, 8 points underneath this, would be a great level. That comes back, or what we should say is these lows here. So we could easily see that tomorrow. The hourly chart, we're going to go to that next. Kind of crossed over at the end of the day. We crossed out. That's one concern of mine, getting a failure. But again, very, very weird market with the gap up and the sell off and the chop, and it ended up pretty flat. So we're going to call it a consolidation day, even though the 60-minute time frame is negative on that. The daily, we're getting up there. We haven't gotten up there yet, but we are getting up there now. Is there a slight lower here and a low here and a higher here? This is roll over and starts a bigger downward channel. A lot of things could play out here. It's kind of a difficult call for tomorrow. I'm going to go with the down day tomorrow, but I'm not overly convinced. Honestly, I don't feel like I can make a good judgment call because there's not enough things lining up. I love the HPS setups because we wait for all the indicators to line up properly. We haven't established this pivot yet. If it does pull back and we establish this pivot, then trading beyond that point becomes very easy because we're going to have a good 1-2-3 pattern playing out. This is a perfect pivot area here. This recent high is a pivot area, and this possible recent low. So we actually pull back down into this pattern. I wouldn't mind it at all. I think it's a good trading opportunity. If we move higher, well, recent highs are right above us. And, there's still that issue with Croatia, and there's some rumors out there they're going to be voting on, seeing if they're going to send, quote, peacekeeping forces to eastern Ukraine. Well, that's, in my book, an invasion. So, of course, if that has any truth to it, and they do vote to do that, well, the market's going to get spooked on that. We're kind of still being held hostage by some of these levels. But, really, even take a look at this pivot area here, this pivot area. This is really a nice level. So, typically, I would look for this to cross back over, break down, but we're very close to the highs. We could make a run for that. I have a slight, that 60-minute bothers me, but it hasn't really confirmed. We haven't really dropped off here. So kind of a choppy day overall. Again, I'm going to just go with this cautious, very cautious, and take a look at the daily one more time. And I hate to be like that. Like today with the gap up, just wasn't a good, a day for me to, take that until we find out what that selling leads to. And once we got that reactionary bounce, I tell you, A lot of people were feeling a little whipsawed there. I'd rather see this either pull back or break out here, this level. Which way is it going to go? Well, we're not overbought yet on the 60 or the daily, but we are negative on the 60. The 5 minutes not setting up. I think tomorrow is going to be day that we're really going to concentrate on the intraday trade, and we'll take it from there. So kind of, as Warren Buffett said today, I abstained from this vote. But if a gun was to my head, I would look for this, maybe this trend line to hold up and let's push back down a little. So I'll give it one arrow down, just for record purposes. All right, that's it. We're going to see you tomorrow. I'm going to try to get some things out later tonight, but that'll be from the home, and that might be a little bit later, so you'll get them in the emails. Other than that, I'll see everyone tomorrow, Friday. It's a busy day for trading, and we'll see you then.